come alive. Okay, are you all alive?
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Who are all the fathers in the room? Woo! Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And happy Father's Day to all the mothers who have to live with the fathers. Right? Yes. Right, okay. So is anybody here for the first time today? First time ever? Okay, I'm going to invite you all to stand. Gorgeous day outside, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so here we go. Hold on to me as we go. How about you? As we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this way is stringing us along, just know you're not alone. Why is that, Doug? Because I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. Why is that, Jim? Because I'm gonna make this place your home. Okay, everybody, easy words. Okay, settle down. Settle down. It'll all be clear. Right, Helen? Don't pay no mind to those demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Okay, everybody, say hi to each other. Well, good morning. Good. That's good. Okay, have y'all said hi now? So good morning, everyone. How many were out in the world yesterday in the walks for love? How many of you participated in that? Good for you. Thank you for bringing all of your loving energy to the world yesterday. And most importantly, thank you for bringing your loving energy to this room today. So I'm going to invite you all to take a deep breath. Close your eye for a moment. Give me a G note. Lower. Take a deep breath. Say it again. I just want you to feel that vibration of that G note for a moment. You are vibrating right now to the tune of love. As you breathe that in, realize that you are responsible for the energy that you're putting out into the world. What you breathe in is the atmosphere and the consciousness of everything around you. As you bring it in, as you take it in, you vibrate to it. But most importantly, what you then give back brings all of you to it. So take another deep breath in. Hold it for a brief second. And then give it away. Okay, you can open your eyes. I just wanted to remind you what you're doing every single second. Do you know that? That's how powerful you are. That is how intentional you can be if you take the time to remember that. And I say it every week. We come here to remember what? What do you come here to remember on a Sunday? It's confusing when I ask it a different way, isn't it? Yeah. So why do you come here? What do you come here to remember? I get that we come here to remember who we are, but what does that mean? Right. We come here to remember love only. So have you been participating in love only? Yes. Only love. Yes. Nothing else. And then, of course, how's your heart? Is your heart full and free from everything that might still be in there bound up? Anybody have anything still bound that they'd like to get rid of today? Okay. It's important. Yeah. And then the last one, of course, to remember who you are, ladies and gentlemen. So take another deep breath. Yes, people don't know it, but he is my dresser.
I was today.
Yes, I have on what I have on today because what I apparently put on at first was unacceptable. To Kevin. No, I thought it was quite nice, but... So take a deep breath. All the joy, all the fun. So today I want us to really be intentional with what we're doing with our minds. I'd like you to actually not be here today to listen to me, but to be here today to listen with me, to participate in what's being said today, to participate in what's being sung today, to be an active part of what we're doing here. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and in this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting doubt and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that's real, love that sets us free. There is only love. So just give yourself permission to breathe directly into your heart. Drop all of your thinking, all of the critical opinions and judgments, and let them all just fall away. Dropping right into your heart chakra, breathing directly into your heart. Feel your heart. Imagine that it is breathing you. As you breathe in and out. What I know is that today, each one of us is called here on purpose. as very purpose itself. I invite you to stay fully present, fully open, fully aware. There is only love. There is only love. Love that's real. Love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. Breathe it in. There is only love. Love that's real. Love that sets me free. There is only love. Take another deep breath in and let it out. Let's give it up for Kevin and Mindy and Carol. And you know what else? Let's give it up for the band. And I say that not just because they're so great, but because Robbie never knows what we're going to do out here, even after we've rehearsed it. Because sometimes I don't know where I'm going to go with a song. And is that how we rehearsed it just now? It was. No, yeah. No, it was not. But it was beautiful. So yeah, one more time. Woo! And I love that all the musicians, all the musicians, they just kind of look at you like, where are we going? Yeah, you guys are great, really great. Okay, let's bring up, I almost said doctor. Did you get a doctorate? No, lawyers don't get doctorates, do they?
Yes, they do.
Dr. Doug Draper. But you don't go by that.
The title.
You don't use the title.
Lawyers are inherently humble people.
Right, Aaron? Yeah. Okay, so Doug, what's our theme for the month?
Manifest.
Wow, that had guts to it.
Well, it's got this mic here.
Yeah, that's it. So, talk to us. What's happening for you this month? How is that working out for you?
Well, the idea of manifesting has really changed over my life. It used to be goal lists. It used to be things. It used to be, very intentional that way.
Very Newtonian.
Yeah. Very materialistic.
Yes.
But now it's shifted, and I really love the quote that Brad read for the meditation from Michael Beckwith.
Me too.
And the last line, if I recall correctly, was, when you align with your higher nature, what you need begins to manifest effortlessly.
Yeah.
So my idea of manifestation, my intention with manifestation, is to align with my higher nature. It's to get in touch with and express better my higher self. And I've been on quite a journey with that since I closed my office in 2020. The last 5 years, I've been through practitioner class and a couple of advanced consciousness classes with you. And
only
those
2 left for us in this
I
one.
know. What
will you do on a Wednesday morning?
But those have been so wonderful because I feel like I've developed a better sense of the way the universe works, of what God is, of who I am. And just recently, you brought in this concept of heart-brain coherence, and that was exciting. Because that's something I need to work on. I need really, when your heart and your brain are in coherence, your emotions are smoothed out. And my goodness, in these times, my emotions can be like being out at sea with 6 or 10 foot swells and going, I can't handle that. It's got to calm down. And working on getting my heart, my brain coherent with my heart, the two coherent with each other, has helped just recently, has helped smooth the emotions, has made it just a little easier for me to not get reactive when I hear things on the news and kind of stuff.
I get that you were a lawyer, are a lawyer all your life, and I'm a actor, director, singer, dancer, and now minister. That was not the joke. Here's the joke. No. But there's no joke. And we are very much alike. And I don't think it matters if you're a lawyer or a doctor or an actor. I think we have arrived on Earth at this point in time in an extraordinarily think-oriented society. That the brain, our thoughts, are really what we pay most attention to. And it's almost laughed at if you are heart-driven, as though you're not serious. Because if you were serious, you'd figure it out, you'd think it out, you'd write it out, you'd be critically making sense out of it all. And I didn't realize until this last year of advanced consciousness how heart-driven I wasn't. Mm-hmm. Even though most people will look at me and think I'm very emotional, I have lots of emotions, I'm very easy at showing them. But I know who I show up as most of the time. And for a long time, most of my life, I showed up as a thinker. Mm-hmm. It was about my thinking. I can make this happen, I can make that happen. So I loved how you started this, because for me, my whole life has been manifesting from a type A personality.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right? And we're being asked now, especially in advanced consciousness. I said to Doug during class this week, I said, it's a little dangerous for you and I to be on stage because we can start talking about this whole advanced consciousness class and you'll all be like, what the hell are they saying? Yeah. But this is really where the rubber hits the road. I mean, are we willing, and are you willing, and I'm watching you. I have such admiration and respect for you. Watching you work so hard to drop into your heart, a place that you maybe aren't as comfortable as your brain. Right?
True. Yeah. It's a journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where we're going. We have to go there because as Joe Dispenza teaches, and I'm working so overtime to really get neuroscience and to really understand quantum in such a way that I can make sense out of why my brain does what it does, why my brain holds me captive to what my heart wants. And that's something we all have to get a greater sense of. That's why I'm teaching Q of Vitality. That's what that whole class is going to be about. How do we let our heart speak through us? That's how you get the vitality of life. Mm-hmm. Not up here, but down here. And the connection of the two.
And when this is talking to this gets a little clearer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this doesn't always listen to this.
No.
Because it's so freaking busy. How many of you find your minds really busy during the week? Yeah. Right? Trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out. And you know what else your minds are doing? Reacting. Most of our time is spent in reaction. Mm-hmm. And we need to move it to action of what the heart's capable of doing. Yeah, that's why I love what Dr. Eric is doing. The 9D breath work. You don't have time to think during those things. You're pummeled with everything else that you need to listen to. Yeah. It's great. There, that was good. Yeah, I really appreciate that, and I know they do too, because you are a stalwart in this community, and I think for you to get up and say, I'm dropping into my heart, that says a lot.
Yeah.
And I think for many of us, it's a great model to say, well, if Doug can do it, I'm going to try it too. Right, Swan?
That's right.
Yes, you're giving great example to your daughter. Okay.
She gives a great example to me.
She
we
does.
have a very good back and forth.
Yes, the future Reverend Dr. Swan Draper. Yes, right?
That's right.
Shall we do our affirmation?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to say it once and then ask you all to stand and say it with me. So, I vibrate at the highest level of manifestation. Okay, everybody stand. Take a breath. Take a breath and be in touch with that higher self. And say with me, I vibrate at the highest level of manifestation.
Feel good?
I thought that was
Give it up for Dr. Doug. All right, thank you, Doug. So, I just want to let you know, to sing at this center, to sing a solo at this center, which a number of you in the audience have done, you got to get through me. Truly. I mean, you have no idea how many people have come up to me and asked me if they could sing at the center. And my answer is always, talk to Robbie. No, it's not. No. It's always, well, send me something so I can listen to you, so I can hear it. And often, that person does not sing at the center. Now, sometimes it may be a student of the center, somebody that I work with, and I want to give them the opportunity. It may be very different. But when someone is a professional singer and they send me their stuff, very often it's just not what I'm looking for here at the center. And it's not the kind of singing. And a lot of people, because they think we're a church, I'll get all those Rugged Cross songs. And it's, we're not going to be up here singing Old Rugged Cross or whatever those songs are called. And if someone sends me Let There Be Peace on Earth, that is a sealed kiss of death. That's never happening. This young lady, though, mentioned that she sang. And I said, oh my God, okay, do you want to send me something? And I said, do you know, and I mentioned this next song. And she goes, I love that song. I said, oh, well, send it to me. All I can say is what you are about to hear is certain divine guidance of a voice making its way to my heart and now to your heart. So please welcome Becca.
Have you heard? Thank you so much.
Corinne just said, can she just sing your talk? No. That was so beautiful. And your voice. I actually don't even have words. It's hard to describe when someone sings like that from a place so deep inside of you that it's just, right? Amazing. So my first slide's going to be great to follow that. Could you give it to me, Swan? Thank you. Oh, not Swan, Thor, yeah. You were like, nope. I was like, did I forget to send it? Yeah, right. So, how do we awaken our extraordinary potential in our everyday lives? From Greg Braden. And just so you know, that's Baryshnikov. Talking about extraordinary potential. I just didn't realize I had this to follow it as well. The extraordinary, not potential, but how do you awaken that voice? How do you awaken Baryshnikov? I remember in 1980, I was standing stage left at the Metropolitan Opera House. I was waiting to go on stage to sing, not to dance. And the act before me was Mikhail Baryshnikov. And before us, not before just me, before us. It was we were doing the quintet from West Side Story. And I was standing, but before I was watching Baryshnikov, I was watching whoever was out there doing something. And all of a sudden I felt this energy, and then the music played, and I turned, and he was about there, and he just leapt onto the stage, but it was like someone just threw him up into the air. He just onto the stage, the place went crazy, and I got to stand there watching him dance. And I remember thinking to myself, and at the time, I was kidding Kevin yesterday, we just watched the entire season of Étoilé. Étoilé? Anybody else see it yet? It's, oh my God, one of the most brilliant TV series I've ever watched, ever, on Amazon Prime, 8 episodes. And we were walking the dog last night after we finished the whole series, and we were both like, that show just inspired us. Both of us, we both used the same word, inspired. I was inspired to do greater things with my life. And I felt that way that day. I was standing in the wings and I was watching Baryshnikov. And at that moment in my life, I was one of the top dancers on Broadway. I was dancing the hardest role at that time anybody had ever danced, which was Riff in West Side Story. And I'm watching that and then thinking to myself, I need to go higher. But you know what I didn't have? I didn't have the answer to how to do it. But I had the desire. So, Greg Braden, how do we awaken our extraordinary potential in our everyday lives? It starts with the inspiration. It starts with, do you want to? Or are you okay just doing what you're doing and getting the same results over and over and over, and then just dulling yourself into being okay with that? Or do you want to know how to awaken that which within you, which is extraordinary? Greg Braden goes on to say this: when we experience for ourselves or witness in another person something that we've once believed to be impossible, we are freed in our beliefs to transcend those limitations in our own lives. When we experience for ourselves or witness in another person, like you just witnessed here this morning, something that we've once believed to be impossible for ourselves. We are freed in our beliefs to transcend those limitations in our own lives. So what limitations are going on in you that need transcending? And where can you look to say, wait, that can happen? I mean, I always joke with this line, but it's a great line. I'll have what he's having. I'll have what Baryshnikov is having, back then. I can tell you that week, because it was on a Sunday evening and it was a tribute to Leonard Bernstein. And that week when we went back to work, I probably danced higher. I probably jumped better. I probably danced the most amazing I'd ever danced because I was so inspired to go beyond the normal performance I would give, knowing I had to give 8 shows a week. So the real question is, what do we need to do to ourselves, for ourselves, to do that every time? To never just fall back, to never just drop into an easy same old, but to stir ourselves up, to force ourselves to go beyond that. So my question to you today is, what's the plan? What's the plan? What's your plan? Do you have one? Do you have a plan for what you're going to do? So Stephen Schwartz's song, Colors of the Wind. I have to be honest, I sang Colors of the Wind for Dr. Walker at the Los Angeles Center. And when I finished singing it, George Firth, who wrote The Musical Company and wrote many other things, came up to me and said he had no idea who I was. And I sang Colors of the Wind, and he came up to me afterwards and he said, you have everything. He said, that was so beautiful. You have everything. You should take a chance at going to Broadway. And I thought to myself, thank you. What a great compliment. Been there, done that, and I'm here now. But there was a moment in that where I thought to myself, I should. What's stopping me? What's stopping me from going back after what is mine? I certainly didn't sing it the way Becca sang it. I didn't. I sang it my way. And I hope nothing stops you, because that what you just did, that what you have to give, and that's so special, truly. So I never realized that Stephen Schwartz's song, Colors of the Wind, I'm going to have to call Stephen and tell him to watch this and to listen to what I'm about to say, and certainly to hear you. It's a tribute to quantum entanglement. I mean, I know that's what I'm thinking these days all the time, but it is. That's what the entire song is. Listen to this lyric. We are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. This whole song is about not seeing color, not seeing race, not seeing gender, not seeing the differences, but feeling the oneness of who we all are. I'd like to think that that's really what yesterday was all about. That the people that showed up in these peaceful protests, and I don't want to use the word protest, these peaceful demonstrations of love showed up to say we are all connected. We are all one. Let's get back on the same plate. I loved what Tiffany's, I think it was her daughter who wrote the placard that said, hate will not make the world great again. You cannot make the world great through hate. That's what we're teaching. That's what we need to know. The final line in that song is, you can paint with all the colors of the wind. So my question is, are you? What's the plan? What colors have you planned to use in creating your life? What's the plan for the life you want to create? If you can paint with all the colors of the wind, why are so many of us living monochromatic lives? Which, ironically, this morning, when I left my bedroom and walked into the kitchen, Kevin looked at me and went, "What are you wearing?" I said, "What do you mean? This is a beautiful shirt, and I love my pants." I had white pants on and my tan shoes. He went, "You're like one big blah color of nothing." He said, "It's so monochromatic." I said, "That's very funny. I'll be talking about that today." And he was like, well, you can display it while you're at it. And then he was like, you should go in the closet and pick some colors out. And then I walk into my closet and I'm like, I don't have a lot of colors. I have a lot of beiges, and I have blacks, and I have beiges, and I have blacks. I have a brown that I don't like. There was a peach there, and he was like, what about this? I was like, I'd have to iron it. But notice, I went and changed, because I do have colors. I don't always use them. I don't always paint with them. I don't always do things differently. Right? So, are you monochromatic in your approach to life? Now, here's the thing about being monochromatic. Monochromatic is actually a variety of hues and shades. So we can convince ourselves we are having colorful, vibrant lives, but you're really just using beige and all of its hues and variations. I know, Eric, I'm trying not to point you out for wearing all, stand up for 1 second. So this is exactly this is how I looked when I left the house. Even his sneakers are beige, aren't they? Yeah, there you go. I personally like that, but I'm now trying to move beyond that to all the colors of the wind, right? So, again, I want to ask the question, what's your plan? Here's the title of my talk today. Mix it up. Only I would pick this title with that picture and think I was coming in here with a beige outfit. But you know what? Things don't happen by accident. They happen on purpose. And I need to mix it up. I give talks because I need them. I need different colors in my palette. I need to do different things. I need to go different places. I need to be in different states of mind in order to create a different life. So, I was walking through my garden recently, just this week, and I'm looking through my garden, and I'm noticing all the things that I don't like about my garden. I'm like, why would these weeds grow here where I planted this bush? And I'm looking at these weeds and all, and I walk through the whole garden, and I'm noticing, I don't like this, I should take this out, I'd love to put something new here. I'm looking at the whole garden. And then I went back in the house, and then the days went by. And I was like, and then I listened to a Jim Rohn talk. And he was basically saying, how often do you see what you want to change and don't change it? And I was like, I just did that. And I walked back out into the yard, and I was like, none of you are going to change until I change it. None of this is going to change. This garden's going to just keep going. So the answer, then I had to say, so what's the plan? Nothing's happened yet, by the way. What's the plan? So I'm writing my talk this morning, and I was like, I know I wanted to talk about the getting in the garden and pulling things out. But here's the thing about the garden. They're going to grow back, right? It's going to come back. And then something else is going to happen over here, and something else is going to happen over here. How many times have we all gone to a workshop or heard someone like me speak and walk out going, yes, and then 2 days later, what did he say? Because we're not doing it anymore. We did it once. We got the energy, we got the excitement, we did it, and then we stopped. But the weeds are growing back. It's all going to grow back. Because life is a journey that continues to evolve. You are a journey that continues to evolve. And if you're not going to pull out the weeds, you're going to live with the weeds. And that's going to be the life you live. So this week, so what's the plan? I wrote this 1,000 times in my talk today. What's the plan? Well, my plan this week is every single morning to go out in the yard and do at least one thing that I want to change in my yard. I'm using my yard as a metaphor for myself. Bless you. So what's your plan? What's the plan to change the environment of your life? Because the environment of your life has a direct impact to the way you receive it. Can I tell you what I feel when I walk out there and I see all these weeds and I see some things that I don't like? it does not impact me in a good way. I go into a negative space. I go into a place of like, God, these gardeners, what are they doing? The gardeners are not paid to do my gardening, ironically. The gardeners are paid to keep it neat. They'd be very happy if I went and pulled all the weeds out and just left them lay there. They would clean all of that up. That's what the universe does. Pull the weed. The universe will clean it up. Do what's necessary to do in your life, and the universe will provide. That's what it's there to do. And it doesn't cost $200 a month. It is time for all of us to mix it up. We got to do things differently if we want different results. So part of the Jim Rohn talk I read, look at this. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. And I picked this slide for a very specific reason. How many people do you think have written movies? Lots. Almost everybody I meet has a movie they'd love me to read that they wrote, right? Everybody writes movies. Everybody's writing movies. How many people get to the moment where they have to click that clicker and say action? How many people make their movies? I don't care how many movies of your life you have in your head. If you are not saying action and then going, it's just a dead piece of paper. It's doing nothing. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. What I love about our center, it is an educational center. We are all about teaching this science. But you know what? I'm done just teaching. I've done all the teaching I need to do in my lifetime. I have taught now for 25 years. Some years I taught 4 or 5 classes a week. And I loved it, and I love teaching. But you know what I really want to do now? I want to experience what I've taught. I want to actually make sense out of it experientially, which is why this next class is going to be half experiential. So I want the knowledge, but I want the experience of the knowledge, not just the knowledge. So don't let your learning lead to your knowledge. Let it lead to action. Manifesting. So this is our month. Manifest. You will manifest tomorrow what you put into action today. You will manifest tomorrow what you put in action today. And that means if you put nothing into action today, you will manifest that tomorrow. You want to know why lives are not changing? Why you're not perhaps getting what it is you want out of this thing called life? Because you're not doing what is necessary to do. And the brain knows that. The brain, all of the neurons and electrons that are wired into your brain, and all of the emotions that are in your heart, all the feelings in your heart, know who you are. It all knows what you're about. It's operating on your beliefs, on your AEPs. It's operating on everything you've done up to this point. So if you're not willing to mix it up, it's not willing to mix it up. Your brain isn't going to suddenly come along and go, let's do this because we're getting into a rut. No, it loves the rut. It's comfortable in the rut. Right? Your heart, it's comfortable where it is. How many of you realize that you have a problem with change? Good, okay. So you have a problem with change. You know what that means? You're in a rut. Your heart is in a rut. Your heart is just same old, same old. We're safe here. We're comfortable here. Yeah, but we're not really happy here. That's okay, but you don't have to change at least. You can just stay not that happy. There is so much happiness in the world. There's so much joy in the world. I have to tell you something funny. After we got back from our walk last night, Kevin didn't see this, thank God. I'm sure he would have yelled at me. I went outside and did this gigantic jeté. I landed well, nothing got hurt, but I did this giant jeté so I could see it in the window of our house. I didn't look like Baryshnikov, but he wasn't 70 when he made that picture. Although that's an excuse, isn't it? Yeah. So, the jeté looked great. And I thought to myself, I need to go back to ballet class. I'd like to go back to ballet class and dance. And you know what the first thing that came through my mind was? You're 70 years old. I know, right? Isn't that freaking annoying? It is. But that's how the brain works. That brain is even telling me, I'm protecting you. My heart's saying, I'm protecting you. From what? A life? You're protecting me from what? Doing what I really love to do? I have to tell you, Kevin asking me to do Sissy Boy again, 10 years after I did it, I did not feel anything different doing it this last time, except I felt better. I had just as much energy. I threw myself all over the place. I was like, I could do this again. But I didn't think I could. He just kind of forced the issue. And so I did it. There's still so much in my brain and in my heart that is still the leftover reruns of a movie that I will never produce. But I got a lot of movies that I want to produce. So, how do you know when you really want something? Well, here's the answer. If you really want something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Pretty simple, right? How many excuses do you all have rolling around in your heads of things, of reasons why you can't do what you think you can do? And that means anything. And I know that gets a little strange, But I want to ask you, what's driving you? What's driving you forward? Is it your passion for what you're doing? Or is it your excuses? Because excuses can drive. So what's your plan? What is your plan? You have to have a plan. Tomorrow night, whoever has signed up for the class by tomorrow night will be on a call with me tomorrow, and we're going to start putting that plan into place. So what's your plan? You have to have one, or else your life is just like a feather in the wind, and it will go wherever the environment takes it. If a big wind comes along, like Doug talked about, something big and emotional comes along, if you are not in coherence between your brain and your heart, it will take you. If something sad comes along, it will take you. But when you know who you are, and when you have a plan, and when you're willing to mix it up, do different things, get up at a different time, dance around your yard, garden, whatever it is. We're going bowling soon again. Love bowling. But I don't go. Last time I went bowling, I was bowling with Tiffany. And were you there, Eric? You were there. Yeah, when was that? Like a year and a half ago. And I love to bowl. So why don't I bowl? What do you love to do that you're not doing? It's about mixing it up. You've got to change. You have to be willing to change if you want change in your life. If you want things to be different, you have to do things differently. You have to know who you are and do things differently. So take a deep breath. I want you to bring up in your mind something that you've been avoiding, something that you've really wanted to do in your life and you've been avoiding. It could be some major trip. You've always wanted to go to this place and you never have. I can tell you, if you don't make a plan to go, you're not going to get there. So what is it? What is it that you know is yours to do? What is it that you really want to do? And are you willing? Are you absolutely willing to do what's necessary for that to take place? And leave the excuses by the side of the road. Trust me, when you leave for whatever that journey is, those excuses will be far, far, far behind you. All it takes is that moment where you step into what it is you want to do. That day when I stood on the side of the stage and watched Baryshnikov dance, right after he finished, I got to run on stage. And the whole audience, thousands of people were screaming because there was the Broadway cast of West Side Story. And we're all on stage. And I remember standing in the Metropolitan Opera House my second time, because I had done a show with Carol Burnett and Beverly Sills like 5 years before that. And I'm standing there, and I'm hearing the screaming, and then the music started for the quintet. And there was a moment, I was thinking about this last night, it makes me very emotional. There was a moment when the only one singing at that moment was me. The entire Metropolitan Orchestra, everybody else on stage, but it was me, because I had a whole section that was my solo. Now, looking back, I am so proud of that 25-year-old that somehow didn't seem to notice or was not really very pleased by the fact that I was standing in the middle of the Metropolitan Opera House singing. Now, 45 years later, such pride for that person. But I need him again. I need that person who can stand there and not notice that it's something special. It's actually something natural. So I invite you all to find out what's natural for you. Mix it up and do it. Namaste. Thank you. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. Oh, my microphone. Just some pretty music, Robbie. I am so grateful to have this place. So grateful to everyone that is part of this community here, online, out in the world. The many states and countries where people follow us and spend time with us. I'm grateful for all the inspiration of all the great teachers and speakers, past and present, that inspire me and that guide me along this beautiful journey. I'm grateful for everything that has been given and that is given here today, that supports our mission, our vision to love only, forgive everything, and help the world remember who it is and what it is. And so as you give here this morning or online, be intentional. Know what you're doing. Know the impact you have. Know the impact we all have as we breathe into this beautiful thing called life and then give it away. Such gratitude. I just let this be so, as we say together, and so it is. Circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. I circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. I circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. I circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. I circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation, it's across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. I circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. Awesome. Circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. I circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. I circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. All right. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to come up with a plan. What's your plan for the rest of this day? Not what you're going to do. What's your plan with how you're going to do it? Are you going to give of yourself, of your life? Are you going to let all of that out of you unencumbered? Are you going to love only? Are you going to let go of all the grievances? And remember who you are all day. What's the plan? Whatever that is, what I know is, and so it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circulation. It's across the nation. It's a love vibration. Around the world and beyond. Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now. I circulate my love. And it returns to me. Multiply abundantly. Oh, 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 oh.
15th, and here are your GTC announcements. Coming up on the calendar this coming Thursday, join Dr. Eric Overholzer for an encore experience of his 9D MT trip. It's a revolutionary 9D breathwork journey that creates a full spectrum psychedelic experience powered by nothing but your breath. Note that this event is Thursday at 7 p.m., and you can get your tickets online on our website or at the door. Kick off your summer with us on Saturday, July 12th with a pool party and barbecue hosted at the home of Dr. James and Kevin Bailey. This Divine Dining event is now available to sign up for. Finally, in just 1 week, Dr. James begins his brand new class, Q Vitality. This is a 5-week class on Mondays, and it begins June 23rd. If you're a GTC member, you get a special discount on the class. And if you sign up by today, you'll be able to participate in an exclusive bonus class Dr. James is holding tomorrow night. You can find all the details and sign up now on our website. Just go to the calendar page. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR code you'll find on the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone and you'll go right to the calendar and donation pages on our website. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. So I have a couple little announcements. There are some births at our center. Lisa and Judd have a new grandson named Jonah. And Mike and Pauline Pancake have a new grandson named Elio. Yes. And it's so funny. So I got that this morning about Elio, and then we're driving here, and that's Disney's new movie coming out, Elio. And I look up, I was like, oh my God. And what Elio means is light. So Pauline wrote that, and actually Rachel, the mother, wrote that to us saying, we've named him Elio because it means the God of light. It's bringing light into the world. So how exciting. I also want to announce the passing of one of our members, but not in a sad way, but in a way of understanding that is also a rebirth, right? So Paula Phillips has made her transition. She just made her transition 2 days ago. And but with great joy in her heart, she came in and met with me about a month or so ago, and she's in a perfect place, and she was very clear on what was going on with her. So we send her a lot of love, and the whole family as well. Do I have anything else live besides what I'm about to do? Great. COD. Oh, COD today. Laura and where? No, but who else? Oh, Sherry Verson. Okay. You're going to be in meditation room, and Sherry, you're over there in the living room, soon to be my office. Yes, great. Okay, good. So we just talked about this today, right? What are you going to do? What's it going to take for something inside of you to realize the extraordinary life that is yours to live? And it's really about making that happen, taking the chance, taking the risk, taking that first step to go do what's inside of you to do. Kevin and I today are going to see a play at the Fringe Festival in Hollywood, written by one of our members. Pavel, come on up. So can you give me that slide there, Thor? There it is. Layers of Love. So just tell them a little something about it.
All right. First and foremost, I wanted to express my gratitude to you and to the center. You guys have been just absolutely the biggest treasure I found in Westlake since moving here. So thank you. I feel like we're speaking the same language.
Yeah.
So Layers of Love, when I was in my early 20s, I fell in love with a stage 4 pancreatic cancer patient. And typically people go like, oh, like that's, sad ending. But 10 months into our relationship, he healed with not one doctor being able to determine how. I witnessed one of the most amazing miracles of how the release of trauma can release one of the deadliest diseases out there. And I know you've gone through something so heavy as well. So we all speak that same language of what is possible for us. So the play is about that, but it's also about the purpose of a soulmate and why we meet each other. Because it was a very heavy experience for me to kind of almost transmute his trauma through me in a way for him to heal. And he caused a lot of healing in my family as well. So if you are available, if you want to come see it, find me outside. I will be there, and we can discuss it a little bit more.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. I can't wait to see it today. Pavel, you're also one of the two actors in it, right?
I'm playing his role, believe it or not, my ex's part.
You are. You're playing the part of the guy with the. Oh, I can't wait. Yes. Okay. All right, everybody, take a deep breath. You're good, yeah. So, just contemplate on what you're feeling right now. What are you feeling, Tiffany? Just get in touch with it. Because whatever that is, that's creating your future. Those feelings, those emotions. So choose wisely. As you move through this day, choose to be happy. Choose to feel healthy, to feel good. Choose to let go of anything that could block you. Choose to say goodbye for good to anything you know does not serve you. Choose wisely and choose purposefully. This is what I know. I'm so grateful to understand this, to learn it, to have the wisdom of it, and to say action and do it. And so it is. Okay, everybody, I invite you to stand. And Carol will tell you what we're supposed to be feeling. Yeah, come on up. Grab your mic. Oh, can we give another round of applause to Becca? Okay, here we go.
Ow, I feel good.
Na 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 na.
I knew that I wouldn't now. I feel good. How do you feel? I knew that I would. So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice. I feel like sugar and spice. I feel nice. Oh yeah, like sugar and spice. I feel so nice, so nice, so nice. I got you. Look out. Hey, that's right. When I hold you in my arms, your love can do me no harm. When I hold you in my arms, yeah, my love can do you no harm. I feel nice, like I said I feel nice, oh yeah, like sugar and spice. I feel so good, so good. I got you. I feel so nice, so nice. I got you. So good, so good. I got you.
Have a great Sunday, everybody.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Sunday, everybody.